new toys and how they're gonna fit into the whole big rig. Check it out. G'day y'all. Hot nobbin. So, guess what? New stuff has arrived. The Plethora has been updated to 1.2, gets these 5 loopers and these little hot knobs which let you adjust parameters individually whilst in play mode. And these sounds that are coming to you live and direct here now come from 2 new little joyous pedals. This is usually my Iridium, which provides amps. That's off. This is the novelty. I had a big discussion on this in one of the Helix groups yesterday. Look at the way that thing shines in the light. It's lovely. It's just beautiful. And she's powered. Works great. And this is something I've wanted forever and ever and ever, amen, but I'm not entirely sure that I can really, not go without this. We'll get on to that. Pedal number 2 is this Source Audio EQ. This is a fully Midi up dual stereo thing. So I'm going to flick this back around now and talk to you about these 2 things as to why I chose them and what's going on. There's the full main board. Helix Stomp, controlled by a Morningstar, which also controls the Sim1. This is 100 guitars. Can do amps, can do drives, can do reverb, but cannot do delay. Plethora is a mega gunship rocket firing modulation pedal. This does not do amps, this does not do drives. So to cover drives, you've got either the Stomp or the EQ pedal. Can do boosting, can do gating, can do noise gates, can be a tuner, can do dual EQ curves, can replicate a whole bunch of stuff. So Swiss Army knife, 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 and one weird looking pedal. No MIDI, no nothing. So why? We'll get into that. Okay, so New Gear Day. Welcome everyone. First up, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and all that stuff to all of you, wherever you are in the world. Really have had a whole bunch of new people turn up in the channel in the last week or so. So I wanted to introduce you to the new gear, because I've got new toys, love that. And give you a proper welcome to the group, my YouTube channel, and explain how it works. And groups come in because what I've done is kind of hijack YouTube, because I can make videos for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 subjects. I've got a whole bunch of different groups that are all tied together with MIDI, believe it or not. All of these pedals that you see here on my board, all of them except for this FreqOut. Awesome. Listen to it. All of these things are connected by MIDI, and all of them do this Swiss Army knife thing where they can do kind of anything. The one thing you haven't seen yet are these Widdies, Waza Airs. It's all connected, ton of wireless stuff. So to explain to you how I use this, I sit on all of these different groups, 4, 5, 6 I created, the rest of them I'm a mod in, a part of the original family of groups. And what I look at here with all this stuff is how you as a person interact with this stuff, and try and stitch it all together so that it works for you. It gives you what you want when you want it. That's the whole idea of this whole MIDI dream rig of mine, and you'll see playlists throughout my channel with all this stuff. So here's how it works. If you come in here, you'll find a ton of stuff. 100 and some odd videos, I don't know. What you want to do is look in the playlist, and what you'll see me doing in the groups. If you're interested in Iridium, go join the Iridium group. If you're interested in the Plethora, go join the Plethora group. If you're interested in the Helix, go join the Line 6 Midi Mad Scientist group. It started up about a year ago. And that kind of glues all of this stuff together in one. So there's conversations happening around all of these vids. So to get them in full context, go and take part in those groups. Ask questions left, right, and center. They're full of people. I don't know, how many is it now? Maybe 6,000 across all of them that are interested in this stuff. So you have a large community of people following, poking, testing, trying, doing stuff like this. And that's where all of this fits in. And to make it easy, what I do is I use YouTube as a research engine. Go out and look at an idea, go and find many videos on it, pop all that stuff into a playlist, and then I start mashing on it and come up with videos. And the videos go in the playlist. So the best thing I find is for me not to sway you, but to give you the information I have, and then you can make your own decisions, is I give you the whole playlist per thing. So there's a playlist for funky MIDI controllers, boutique jobs like this one. Hey Rob, this is a present from Rob. This thing's awesome. There's discussions on powering stuff, there's discussions on new pedals, old pedals, a lot of discussion on the iPad and on song and drawing out. What I'm typically trying to do is actually shrink this stuff down to the minimum possible. And this one, there's a whole series of videos now done on extracting the pedals out graphically. So this EQ pedal here, what I do is take pictures of that, mount them on an iPad right here, which I can control. And instead of, because it's MIDI, instead of using the presets and snapshots, what I do is just put a picture there with the form of graph that I want, and then relate that to a genre of music. Like say, okay, this one with this smiley curve turns a humbucker more into a single coil. There's a billion and one things you could do with an EQ. It's something that I'm working on hard in the Helix community, because there you have all these little DSP blocks, and the way you interact with it, driving it, it's not graphical at all. The only thing that does a graphical thing, you go and check Steve Sterlacci's vid I published this morning in the Midi Mad Scientist group. The global EQ has a wonderful curve that you can follow and you can see. And for me, that's pretty well much what you're getting in this channel. It's what would you do to push the existing gear and improve it? And I'm doing a lot of cross-pollination between different editors, different styles, looking at, the effects that are in there and bringing them out. Effectively with that, you could get one tiny little stomp and one screen with you, and you see everything in there, and you can really, really learn about it. And that's what this channel is all about. It's about connecting all the effects, learning all the effects, making it short and simple, and then when you're out and about on the road, how to get the most out of your time with this stuff. Me, I've got a rig in earphones, and so these new pedals, this FreqOut, that EQ, that can give me a wah in a tiny pedal like that. It can change the tone radically before entering. It can be completely wireless. It can be powered by these mission thingies right here, as is. Fabulous stuff. So, welcome to the channel. Really hope you like it. If you're new here, subscribe. I hope now you can figure out kind of how this stuff works. As I said, go join the groups, get in on the conversation, and I will gladly pass you all of the research that I'm doing so that you can better these things. I would also really encourage you start your own YouTube channel. And if you're like me, I don't do these things for reviews as such. I take gear that I think is really cool, that does something that maybe the Helix doesn't do, or does something maybe the Plethora doesn't do, or look at the combinations of the two to see what you can get out of it and to see how it can work for you. I mean, I'm not live on stage at any point in time, but you know, maybe that day will come, and what I'm really looking to do is eliminate all the problems and come up with really cool, funky gizmos that can travel. That's me, and I'm out. Follow, like, subscribe, blah, blah, blah. I already said that, and we'll see. Down below, I'm going to give you my two playlists. One for the Eq2 and EQ pedals in general. I don't play favorites, so there's stuff in the boss ones, there's stuff in the competition for these things. You know, and in a future video, I'll explain to you why I chose that one. There's a lot of really cool stuff within the apps, within the ecosystem, within Source Audio, so that's worth a look. The FreqOut. Total anomaly. It's my first non-MIDI pedal. I'm looking at the entire area of sustain from the guitar pickups, this Eon thing, kind of like an EBO, to pedals like the FreqOut, and to appropriating what that does. You can take a couple of pitch shifting things, Plethora has them, Helix has them, and you can push them into oscillation and create your own FreqOut. There's instructions for how to do that. There are presets all over the place, which I'm going to try out. But I figure, get the pedal. For me, what I'm really trying to do is not have pedals. So why this? It's kind of like the whole backwards thing to where I'm going. The reason I'm finding is a lot of this stuff, especially with the Waza, can get down to maybe two pedals, two expressive pedals, and that's me done. And a pair of earphones and something to tap on the floor to do wah, to do these little twirls and thrills and things like this, or the TC Electronics Plethora to mix on the go and dump that stuff. All of these work together. You can take all of them, you can take one of them, you can take 2, 3, 4. That for me is the idea. They're not on a pedal board yet. I really need help doing that, but it's the thing I love about this little mini dream rig. Any of these I can stick in my guitar bag. They're all battery powered. Go anywhere and make noise. Check you later.